I'm going to show you how to code this adorable, cozy, hot chocolate pixel art so that you can make up your own questions, and then as people answer your questions, the pixels appear, eventually creating the artwork. Here's another example, different design, but to show you what I mean. As people put in the answers, pixels pop up a little bit at a time, eventually forming the full picture. That's what we're going to do with this hot chocolate. You can get this exact template by clicking on the link in the description, or you can make your own artwork and then code along with me. Before we start, make sure that your artwork is finished, and then you're going to write in the questions you want to use. You do that just by clicking on the box and writing, just typing. And you do also want to answer the questions. Make sure they're straightforward answers, 1 or 2 words or a number, something that people can answer fairly easily so that you can include it in the code. So go ahead and write your questions and answer them. All right, now we're going to start coding. So I am going to be coding the answer boxes only. You're not going to use the question boxes anymore. When I code, I need to tell the computer the column and row of this box, and I need to tell it what color I want it to turn and what colors from the hot cocoa are going to join it. Here's the code down here. I highly suggest writing it down. It is equals $column, $row equals answer. The first part of that code, the column and row, refers to this box. I'm going to tell the computer that this box is in column B, and I'll tell it the row it's in too. Come over here, you can see that this is rows 4, 5, 6, and 7. For the code, you use the first one, so 4. This box is column B, row 4. And then I need to tell it the answer that someone else would have to type in order for the code to activate. For me, that's 9. So the code for this box would look like this. Equals $B, $row equals 9. This one is still B, but it's 8. And the answer is 20. So it would be equals $B, $8 equals 20. And then the other step is just to include the colors that you want to use. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with this light green color, but first I do need to click on it and make sure that I know where it's located. So it's down here. I'm going to say, okay, green column, 3rd from the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to click on the box I'm actually coding, which is not the little color pixels, it's this box. Now we're going to open up the formatting window. To do that, come up to this menu. If you don't have this menu, click here. Click on Format and come down to Conditional Formatting. This is the window we're going to use to code. First, to start at the bottom here, I'm going to click on the color I want it to turn, which is that green. So it's a good thing I was just looking at it, otherwise it would be hard to find it in here. 3rd one up. Now I'm going to actually go write that code. Come here and click on this, go to the very last one, which is custom formula is, and we'll type in that code. Equals $B, that's the column, $4, that's the row, equals 9. Now look how this box turned green. I want to show you real quick. This box is successfully coded. It's white if it doesn't have a 9 in it, and it turns green if a 9 is put into it. The code works. All we need to do now is add some of the greens from the cocoa to be part of it. All right, so here we are with our code, and you can see that 9 box is selected, which is good. I'm going to click on Apply to Range, slide the window over, and I'm going to select some of these light greens to add to this code so that when you type 9, they also turn that color. Before I start clicking, I need to make sure I don't lose this box. To keep that box highlighted, you need to hold down the Control button with your finger or hold down Command if you have a Mac. Now I'm going to select some of my light greens. I don't have to select all of them because I have 8. Actually, I have 8 colors and 9 questions, which means if I do 1 color per question, I'll finish my cocoa with 1 question to go. So I do need to split up one of the colors, which means not select them all, but I think I'll split up this main green color, which is the most prevalent or common color. So actually I am going to do all of the light green. that's in the cocoa. Go, I think that's everything. Now I'm going to lift up on that control, the button, and I need to do 3 steps. I need to hit OK on the range, done on the code, and then come up to this paint bucket. This step is really important. Click reset. Now that box is coded to turn green and to bring some of those pixels along with it. If you put a 9 back in there and click off of it, there they are. And you can see over here, there's the code. I do need to delete the 9 so it doesn't confuse me as I go. As I was saying before, if I do 1 color per question, I'll finish my cocoa here. So I'll do 1 color per question for everything except for this green. I'll split this green up. So let's do that one now. I'm going to click on the color just so I can figure out where it is. Okay, second from the bottom. Now I need to come back to the box I'm actually coding, which is this one. Come over here to this window. If you lost this window, come back to Format, open it back up, and click Add Another Rule. Now we do it all again. I start by telling it what color I want it to turn. Now I write the code telling the computer the column and row of that 20 box and the answer to my question. Equals $B, $8 equals 20. Now, last step is to come up here, slide this over, hold down Control or Command, and I'm going to select some of these greens to add to the code. And like I said before, since 1 color has to be split up, I'm choosing this one because there's a lot of it. If you accidentally click on a pixel that you didn't mean to click on, carefully click on it again and it will deselect it. And one other thing that you can do is if you're selecting pixels that are next to each other, you can click and drag. So hold down the click and drag and select a bunch. But it does look cooler with the pixel art when the pixels are more scattered like this. So I'm going to continue clicking and take about half of the green. Okay, now I'm going to take my finger off of Control and do my 3 steps. I hit OK on the range, done on the code, and then I reset the paint bucket. And then I can test it. Put my 9 in and my 20, click off of it, and everything is full. Let's do a couple more. I want to show you that in the code, if you are doing a word, you do have to put it in quotes. I'm going to do this light pink here. Okay, and click Add Another Rule, select the color. Let me show you how I would normally write the code like we did before. Equals $B, $12 equals Denver, and the box will turn white because the code's not complete. If you have a word, you just have to put it in quotes, just like that. I'm noticing too, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left here, which is perfect. So I'm going to do 1 color per box. I'm going to do all the light pink and then all the dark brown, for example. Whatever color I do from here on out, I'll do all of them. So come up, hold down Control, and select all of the light pink. Hit OK, done, and reset the paint bucket. Here we go. I'm going to do 1 more, and then I'll put it into super speed. I'm going to do this dark green. Let me find it. It's a custom color. Click back on the box I'm actually coding, which is Mercury. Select my color, and then I'm going to write that code telling the computer the column and row of that box, and also putting Mercury in quotations because it is a word. Now I'm going to select all of the dark green that is prevalent in this picture. Now I take my finger off control, hit OK, hit done, and reset. So now you can see we have 4 colors that are coded. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes left, and there are 5 colors left in here. I've got 3 browns and a green and that lightest pink. So I'll do all of these colors here, and I'm going to put it into super speed, and then we can check it at the end and see how it looks. Okay, and now our hot cocoa is all coded. So as I click through these boxes, you can see on the right that the code for each one is coming up. So you can open those codes if you have to add or do anything to them. And let's answer our questions now and see how it looks. And there it is. So I hope you have a lot of fun with this project. And remember, you can get this exact template if you click on the link in the description.